Join the crew as a member of the Onyx Key for exclusive members-only messages, redirections, and content. We already have a bunch of videos live with some familiar topics as well as new questions, so I'll see you on the other side of the Onyx Key. Make sure you hit the join button to go deeper down this experience with me.
Hey family, so we're back with another pick a card reading. We have switched up the herbal latte theme. We've got some seasonal, holiday, honestly general teas. So we're gonna see herbal tea honey, all right? And our theme, our topic is what do people say, gossip about, and because we want to lean in the positive side, what people find attractive about you. So it's an overall reputation check, gossip check, all of the things. So I'm going to hold up the thumbnail so you can choose your teas. Pile number 1 is the Chamomile Tea. Pile number 2 is the Cranberry Tea. Pile number 3 is the Citrus Spice Tea. And then pile number 4 is the Floral Blend Tea. I'll give you a moment to make your selection. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile 1, my chamomile tea. Let's go ahead and see what people say, gossip about, and find attractive about you. So tell me about pile 1's reputation right now. Okay, it's a lot of conversation. So I don't know if you picked the chamomile tea because like that's your vibe, like just easygoing, chill, you might sleep easy, or if you just want the energy surrounding you to simmer down and that's why you're selecting this reading. I can see that because you got like 3 cards hot immediately, right? Especially if things have been rough. So I'll go ahead and take all of that, right? Things are cooling down, okay, with this full moon in Capricorn. So let me see what this tough cycle has to do with anything. All right, so this first one, a new start. Well, listen, a new moon, a fresh start, the end of a tough cycle. So people are saying that things are turning around in a really positive way for you. Like people are really hopeful for your future and whatever you have in the works. Like people think like the worst of it is behind you. The hardest part is over. Look at that chamomile energy. Take time to breathe out, right? Some of you, there's a specific topic of you taking a break in anticipation of a cycle closing and a new start. So like, okay, so a good example would be like a break between jobs, right? Like, you know, leaving a chaotic situation, taking a little bit of a pause before starting a new opportunity so that you step into it refreshed. Like that's an example of the energy I feel right here, okay? So yeah, the answers you need are coming. So someone, at least one, could be 2 people, say that this is a really specific pile. Something you've been waiting for. Yeah, no, the answers you need are coming is literal, but there's a end of a rough cycle, rough period, rough situation, and a new start, right? That has some sort of optimism surrounding it. And it's coming, but I don't know if there's some type of delay or break or a pause between, but there's a conversation about a very specific answer to something that is incoming towards you specifically after some type of pause. It's like a break. It's like, you know what, real time, like, okay, so for example, I'm filming this on the weekend, right? It's like maybe you'll get the answer next week, like not real time me, real time you, right? So you'll like if it was a rough week, right, and you're waiting for the start to next week things will following the weekend, you'll get some type of answer. Like that's what I'm getting. I got the itchy left hand. So some of you, it could be career, money related, where people are talking about that when we talk about authority figures and needing to be patient, okay? That's 2 major arcana that just hit us. If you're seeing repeating 414, that could be a symbol for you, someone specific. So this feels like the who wants to talk to you reading. I'll be honest with you. And I got another wave of one of these readings that felt like that, but like, what are people saying about you? This isn't a pile of necessarily gossip so much as it's conversations that you would be involved in. Okay, that's what this pile feels like. So tell me more. What are people saying about pile 1? Heavy Capricorn energy. So this is like career. This makes sense why it's not like just general gossip. Hilariously enough, Capricorn and the 10th house rules literal reputation, right? Which there's nothing seems to be bad here. We do have temptation, which is the devil, but it's all about control, right? It's all about managing situations and circumstances. So tell me more about what people are saying. People think you have it together, right? The perception is that you're a hard worker that has it together. Okay? Like that you're very good at staying professional, you're very good at being clear, you're very good at being productive. All of that. Some of you people are hoping that you're able to take a break soon because of how hard you work and how hard things have been for you. Okay? And if it's not about a literal break, it's hopefully you're able to breathe a sigh of relief soon regarding this fresh start that should hopefully clear out that tough cycle. That's what it is. Okay. Tell me more. Pile 1, what's people saying? And look, people are talking about some sort of career success that is either pending or recent. Like there's career success on the table. So people do find it attractive that you either have the potential for this or that you've seen this type of success. But when we talk about people gossiping and talking, like the conversations are all around you having a lot of potential to be very, very successful. Okay, whether it's someone that wants to offer you an opportunity to do that, or if it's just people admiring you as this occurs. Okay. Yeah, because I'll be able to fit that third and put this here. We're making space. What else are people saying about pile 1? You know, it's not a heavy, oh, I'm attracted to you pile. There's a subtle temptation surrounding you, right? Like you have a certain allure. When we talk about people being drawn to your energy, it's not loud. Like it's not one of those auras that just like screams at people, but there's just a subtle energy of like success surrounding you, clarity surrounding you. Like you mirror people back at themselves, right? Some people, like if you find that people respond to you in a negative way, it's because you're mirroring their shadow to them. That's what this combination says. If you find that people kind of cling to you, you're very tempting, right? Because everyone responds to how you subtly touch their shadow differently. Some people are repulsed by it. Some people, like, right, it makes them very hostile because it feels invasive energetically. Even if they don't know what it is, it's invasive energetically, even if it's unintentional. And then other people are like, yes, I'm home. Someone's mirroring my energy back at me, right? So when we talk about the subconscious mind and things like that, that's the energy. But you have a very tempting aura, all right? Fulfillment of wishes. Congratulations. I mean, listen, there's no way this is a lie, right? We're talking about gossip. Like when people gossip, there's always a layer of truth to it. If someone's talking and then they're not privy to you and your energy, like people feel like you're on the up and up. And I honestly don't know why I just left this card. Okay. So what we're going to do here, number 6 could be a theme. Something associated with 6 or someone associated with the number 6, since we have 15 and 6. And we've got the twins. And I just randomly decided I didn't want the third card. So 2 people. Okay. One may be about to present some offer or helping in some way when we talk about this success. The other is more observing, okay? Because like I said, there's always a layer of truth to gossip, and it just feels like, okay, career-wise, where you've been working hard, where you've been learning lessons, where things have been difficult, we see where it's turning around. There's conversations about it turning around and you getting answers, or other people hearing about where things are turning around for you in the most amazing way. Victory and success. The 6 of Wands is where we celebrate, where we're recognized. where we're praised. Like when we talk about reputation, this is the best card to get. The Nine of Cups is when we get what we wish. It's the fulfillment of wishes. It's where you're able to breathe out. It's where you're able to prioritize self-love, self-care. It's a very personally abundant energy, which is why the shadow is when you're kind of greedy and overly indulgent. That's why this card is so good, because the worst of it is you just overindulging. Okay, a little too much good. So I love it. People saying a lot of good things about you, and even where things may not be the best conversations or topics, it's in reference to the difficulty that either you had to overcome or a cycle that's just closing for you. Okay. And I think that's why we talk about that subtle energy of like you actually being attractive, or people being a little hostile towards you, reacting in extreme ways, because like that mirror of the shadow, right? Like people can kind of look at you and tell that you've been through at least one tough cycle in your life, and that it kind of shows in your aura a little bit. Okay. So tell me more about this chamomile tea, please. What do people say? Gossip about? Find attractive. End of a tough cycle. We're going to take this maturing card, house 7. Okay. Especially if that tough cycle is a relationship, like a partnership, right? Because house 7 could be our romantic partners when we talk about long-term relationships, specifically marriage, okay? Where it's not literal marriage. Think of those long-term connections where you've been together long enough to merge contracts, right? Like you've taken out loans, you purchased assets, things like that. Like you got a house, you got an apartment together, like whatever, share a car. That could be a conversation, right? Tough cycle regarding a couple, or releasing of a contract of any kind, right? Because all of that falls here romantically, because it's just the house of partnerships, contracts, business deals. All of those things, whether it's balancing out or coming to a dissolution that, like, where there's going to be some type of severance that has to happen to make things easier, smoother. Okay. So people are talking about how good things are working out for you in this area of life. Again, whether it's something had to go away or something happened that further supports this union. Okay. And it's already happened because it fell in the maturing sense. Okay. All right. If this on the table is regarding like a job or something like that, it happened already. Like you may not realize, because if you're watching real time, like I feel like some of you, like another example that came through was like, okay, you had maybe like an interview, or you met and presented for like an investor or a partnership or something like that. You wanted to see how it went. Here I see where they kind of already decided like, okay, it's going to work out. We're going to go with pile 1. Pile 1 is the chamomile. They're going to ease, bring calm, peace, right, to the situation. They're going to remove the tough cycle, right? They're going to close the tough cycle. And you don't know it yet, but the conversations have been had. Like this would be an example of paperwork is already being drawn up. Okay. But the offer hasn't come in yet. It's here, right? Yang is the energy. It's the activity where we talk about being proactive, expression, doing in forward motion, right? The actual act hasn't come through. The message hasn't come, but the decision's kind of been made. The moon rules secrets. So yeah, let me get one more from here. Yeah, the sun. Anything regarding a partnership, people are speaking really good about you, right? Really good. People like the way you manage your connections, your relationships, your partnerships, especially when it comes to dealing with people one-on-one. You're very good with people like that. If you work in like a client-based field, you're really good with your clients, okay? You're very fluid. You're very adaptive. You're cool. You're easygoing in a way where you won't let the chaos overtake you. You're good at managing it. Like things always shift and change and go wrong, but you're very good at being flexible and pivoting, right? Adjusting, right? People think you're very good at making adjustments where necessary. Look at that. Tea, rags to riches. Look at you. Congratulations. I'm serious. This is a pile where people are already gossiping like, ooh, we got an offer for pile one. Ooh, pile one doesn't even know they got an offer. It feels like, okay, where people have already like, I don't even think pile one knows we're going to go with them yet, but yeah, this is what we're going to do. Or, like the final part of an interview process, even if like they don't know you, it's like it just feels like people having conversations in an interesting way. And the way to keep it general, because some of you are here for like your partnerships, relationships, where people are just talking about your love life, right? And how you're ascending romantically or finding peace single. This is an energy of people gossiping about some type of rags to riches full circle moment for you, where you are very much self-made, even if it's with a partner, it's like you still have to go out and get yours. Okay. That's why I'm like congratulating this pile, because it's a lot of energy like that. So much so that I don't think I'm going to pull from the tea leaves. Like you know what? I can't skip the tea leaves. This is my first pile where I'm doing actual tea like this. So I'm gonna stick to what I'm doing. I'm just gonna move a little faster about it. Let me get more. Great job, Chamomile Tea. You've been doing really good, especially when it comes to working under pressure, living life under pressure, giving it all you got, doing the best you can, surviving. Okay. What else? What do people find attractive? What are they saying? Your radiant personality. You have a bright, vibrant personality. Like your aura isn't necessarily loud. It's very subtle. Like there's that subtle temptation and danger. But your personality is so pleasant. I'll use that word because it's not loud and boastful. It's just pleasant. It feels good. The only people that are like turned off by it are the people where you're mirroring their trauma in a way where it just freaks them out. We got a rebound. Those of you where we're talking about love life, like if someone rebounded on you, people think you're doing good despite that. Those of you where you've rebounded and recovered in some kind of way, like that would be the topics. Okay. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of the romance because it's layered, but where this is a thing that's obviously a topic for better, for worse. And those of you where we are talking about like opportunities and partnerships in other ways, rebounding and recovery is literally where we're closing a tough cycle, right? We're rebounding from chaos, right? Like that's the topic. Some of you people think, some of you, exactly what I was about to say. People are talking about how someone, someplace, collective, whatever, is rebounding with you. There's a partnership where some of you're the rebound, but not in a bad way, in the most amazing, mutable, closing that tough cycle way, right? We have Oshun. Oshun is our only intermediary in this deck. So when we talk about spirit guides, when we talk about higher energy gods, goddesses, Orisha, Loa, whatever, this is kind of divine support. Okay, like people see you almost as divine support, quite literally. Okay, I'm gonna keep this. It's two people talking about you, two distinct loud voices. There's a conversation, two people. Revenge glow up pile. The end. Okay, let me hurry up and pull these tea leaves because this pile is long, which is crazy because I don't feel like I talked about anything really. But let me hurry up because I want to get to the others. And this was such a great pile. So because we know it's two people, I'm going to grab two from each stack. Right in your face. Romance is in the air. Look at you with the rose. Okay, so one of these is a romantic thing. That's why it's here. And I'm skipping the love deck, truly. There's so many readings to go. Listen, I love this pile so much. Love, money. That's the two sets of conversations, right? Even if it's not the two distinct people, it's the two areas of life. People are speaking highly of you. When we talk about the romance, right? There's someone that's very fond of you. Oshun definitely will support that, as well as your coins. Money will be coming to you. And this also combined talks about how fond of you the people talking about you are. Even if we're talking about opportunities for money, it's like a romance, right? A platonic romance. Like, this is a perfect fit. Like, Pile 1's gonna fix all of my problems. Like, this is what I need here. This is the partner I've been waiting for my business, or for, like, this is the leader I needed for my team, right? Like, this is it. I love it. Now, what's the rabbit here for? It's in reverse. Too much concern with sexual matters. So I'll keep it. Okay. That could be a conversation where we talk about, like, the shadow of this rebound, where either that's you or the person in question. So keep it, not like, that would be something just to be aware of. That's a topic when we're talking about sexual matters and a rebound. Rabbits usually represent good luck, so that's also a thing. Okay. If somebody fumbled you, right? We got the revenge glow up and Oshun here. Somebody fumbled you, like, tried to rebound with someone else. People are saying, like, that person's crazy because they're way too concerned with sexual energy, because Pile 1 is where it's at. Like, rebounding with someone that's not Pile 1 is a mistake. Like, you thinking too much with that and not enough with life, logic, and what you actually want beyond that. All right, we got a new experience. Yeah, congratulations on whatever the new experience is. Looks like it's coming by December. Okay, real time. So if you're watching this with me in my upload, that's next month. Okay, and then if you are watching it in a timeless sense, no worries at all. That's next month for you, right? That's what that means. December is my next month. So there we go. I'll take it all. Any problems have been temporary. We've got the heart here. Love, deep affection, and caring. This new experience you're stepping into is going to be great. People are talking about how much you're going to bring and add value to the situation or the relationship, or how your relationship's healing, or how you're healing beyond a relationship. You see the categories? Because the clouds is all of the confusion, the tough cycle that's clearing. Okay, especially when we talk about dealings with a relationship with a man. This could be where the offer comes from. This could be where the healing comes from. This could be where you're leaving. It all depends. It's going to be different situations for all of you selecting the pile. So let me go ahead and get your advice. What advice do I have for this chamomile tea? It's not too bad. We're just over 20 minutes. All right. Willpower. That's too many. Change, passion, cut ties where you need to. Willpower and Luna feels like balancing your active and feminine principles. Makes sense with Oshun on the table. So you just make sure you're grounded and you're stable, right? You trust your intuition when you need to, but you actually act from instinct as well, right? Intuition versus instinct. Being logical versus imaginative, like knowing how to harmonize those two polarities. That's going to lead to your success even further, because I think what I'm seeing on the table is most of the conversations, whether it is career, whether it's in your relationship, it feels like people see your ability to be mutable and harmonize these two polarities. Okay. All right, so I'm going to close you out, move along to pile number 2. All right, pile number 2, my cranberry tea. Let's see what people say, gossip about, and find attractive about you. So let me get a good shuffle, and we can see what's going on. My cranberry tea. Okay, incoming energy of nothing will come of this situation. Well, there's some type of action that won't be taken, or that doesn't need to be taken. And there's something about needing confidence to be successful. So there's someone here that's either being reassured or is having a conversation about reassuring you, like making sure you're confident and confident that you'll be successful, or confident in, like, there's some type of connection between confidence and success here, right? And someone needing to know that nothing's going to change, right? When we talk about the void of course moon, and we talk about like people that do like rituals and things like that, you don't do those during that moon, that lunar phase, right? It's where we don't do anything. So it's kind of like there's no action that's going to be taken, and someone needs to know that for the sake of their confidence and the ability to create some success. So let me pull these cards. You know, you do have the solar plexus here. That's Leo solar energy, okay? Lots of gold. The previous pile actually had a lot of gold as well, but there's a lot of power. Okay, all right. They are talking to us. I'm gonna take all three of these. I know I don't normally do that, but we doing what we feel like we need to do. We're running on instinct, okay? I'm gonna pull one more in a second. Solar plexus sacral. Okay, two of the lower chakras. It's like someone needs to be comfortable, someone needs to feel empowered, and the truth of that is supposed to elevate a situation. Like there's someone that's like, okay, you need to be confident, nothing here is changing, nothing's gonna go wrong with this, for the sake of your power and your ability to create, your ability to act and your ability to create. This is the truth. It's been decided. Boom. Permanent, and it's regarding a personal harvest. Okay, so that's what people are talking about. That's the gossip, since we're leading with that question. People find you so powerful, so creative, so emotionally intelligent. Like they love your, like this is actually the pile that has the bright vibrant aura. Okay, like whereas the previous pile, most people selecting it had more of a subtle energy. I could see a handful of them would have had a loud aura, but like this is the pile, the aura is loud. Look at these three more major arcana at the bottom of your reset. Okay, I'm gonna pull, yeah. What? Look at you. We got 5 cards and all of them are major arcana. That's what I'm saying. Like we got the Empress here. Okay, so if you're coming from the previous pile and you were like identifying heavily with like that divine feminine energy that kind of stepped out, same vibe here. Bright gold orange aura, okay? And they think you look so good. This is the power where everybody loves your personality, loves your like aura, your confidence, like how balanced you are. This is a very traditionally a physically attractive person. The end. Everybody thinks you look good physically, right? Both of these cards are ruled by Venus. So we've got the Taurus energy of the Empress, we've got the Libra energy of Justice, and we technically, like, I know judgment can be, people interpret it a lot of different ways, but for whatever reason I always want to associate it with Pisces, which is like a higher octave, right? When we talk about Neptune versus Venus, same vibe. Okay, so like just really attractive, fertile, harmonious energy. Really beautiful person just left on the table. Good for you. I love it. All right, especially those of you that have like a lot of hair, large hair, tall hair, big hair. That's a very Leo trait. Even if you don't have Leo placements, if you're not like Leo dominant or solar, like if just something about that is, it's triggering your sun, right? Because remember, Leo rules the sun. So regardless of if you are a Libra or a Taurus, right, or any other placement, like something about your solar plexus sacral energy is like lit. So tell me more. I can't believe you got 5 major arcana cards, and this is rare energy, and people say that about you, and it feels like there's a rare opportunity on the table or a rare situation, circumstance in the best way that people are talking about. So this is another one of my congratulations piles, because feels very divinely supported, but like something great is gonna happen. Or something like, or if things are going really, really well and you're like, ain't no way it's gonna stay like that. People are like talking about like how they don't think anything bad's gonna happen. Like they're like, I know we've been riding this wave of like luck and things going really well, but like, I don't think it's gonna start turning the other direction for this cranberry tea. Yeah, look at all of the solar energy, self-express, embody truth. So I've got truth on the table again. So people think you're very honest, but there definitely is a truth people are discussing. Okay, whether something came out, is about to come out, about to be communicated with you. Because I took so many there, I'm going to keep this. And I got a conjunction, a union, a merging, a coming together. I should just close this pile. People think so highly of you. Okay? People think you're the perfect, like, romantic partner. Like, people think that you're the perfect person to do business with. People want to give you money, like literally just give you money. People think you manage money well. Like, people think you're fun. I don't know. Like, it's nothing bad or chaotic to say. Let me pull from Melon Pop. Especially if you've been learning, growing, evolving, you have an offer coming in that may help ascend you to the next level. Okay. Love it. So let me grab a couple here, pull those tea leaves and close you out. No reason to drag it out despite how great this pile is. All right, like you're a person that people would describe as divine feminine or divine masculine. Okay, look who's back. Same vibe as, actually this is a better pile than the first one, I'm not gonna lie. I think pile one had a lot of specifics, but Oshun is here, right? Gold, orange energy, quite literally. Okay, and this hidden wealth and abundance. I'm just gonna let it ride. Okay, divine feminine masculine person, looks good, people want to give you stuff. Okay, like I'm not gonna keep talking about that. You have look at that, I mentioned luck. We have the horseshoe. Okay, so there's a conversation about hidden wealth and abundance, some type of transformation and growth, and like it's all centered around that confidence, right? The ability to act, right? Your active principle and your receptive principle, right? Your ability to create, your ability to move and things like that. So give me, okay. We've got a key, a successful outcome to your problem. So people are talking about that. We've got the grapes of time to go out and have fun. People think you're fun. People are like, you about to get invitations to go out and do fun stuff. I love this pile so much. You about to get invitations to go and do fun stuff. It's going to be related to your career, because that one just kept looking at me. Especially if you're waiting for a package, letter, anyone that's sending you news or sending you a package or a letter, they're talking about you, but you got news coming in, probably related to your career. Regardless, there's a key to your problems, whatever your core issues are. Like, you're going to be able to celebrate. At the bottom here, I've got the dragon of beware of self-delusion. So, I got to be real with y'all. This is a great pile, an amazing pile. But it's been a minute since I've gotten the wave of this. Make sure this is your pile. Okay? Because somebody here might not be picking your right piles. It's okay? Because why we got the self-delusion. Like, somebody's picking this pile. It's like, yeah, this energy is great, but it's not your right pile. So I'm going to see how I can direct y'all where it is, okay, where it's not. Let me pull from this last deck, and I'm going to see where do I need to send those where it's not. Now, if it's not your pile, I know for a fact you're going to a skeleton key, the end, and a bird reading. I just can't tell you which ones. All right. Vine. Seek out information that will help you. Yeah, there's a skeleton key and a bird reading somewhere here if this is not your pile. Grapes and a vine will be a symbol. So those of you that are selecting this pile, the grapes and the grapevine will lead you, quite literally. So I don't know. I don't even know what that would mean. So something about the grapevine, okay? And I know there's an ancient song. I say ancient, like my old people. Heard it through the grapevine. Like, that's a literal gossip song. I heard it through the grapevine. Okay? So some of you where this isn't your pile, it's more because like the shadow is heard through the grapevine, a lot of negativity and gossip or whatever. But I don't know. If you see symbols and synchronicities associated grapes and vine, and it aligns with any of these piles, I guess, that's going to help you with your readings. So remember, these are free readings. So pay attention to your finances for sure, though, because that's there. So what else? We got a grape. We got a vine. I got a fan of romance, celebration, apart. This is the fun, good time pile. The fun, good time pile and a windfall, opportunity windfall. Okay, so this pile is for specific people, and it's okay if this pile is encouraging and helping you be optimistic, even if it's not, because I always encourage that. But those of you where you know this isn't a realistic energy for you real time, how many minutes am I in? We gotta see. I'm gonna pull from you know what I do have on the table? I've got Magical Botanical, because I gotta see. And those of you that don't like it when I break out the book, if I do, you're gonna have to deal with it, because I want the side that this isn't for to know what's going on. And I got enough time to do that, because I've been trying to cap these at what, 15? Let me see. Tell me. Determining of the pile. We got the holly. Okay. Look at me. Okay. Holly says I'm protected from all harm, including myself, which self-delusion. When it shows up, you have to look at the need for protection from outside forces and decide how to approach your protection in a just and balanced manner. Okay, and it says to pay attention to dreams for clues about how to handle the situation. I know I got Holly on the channel. Like, I have like some Christmas readings for last year. We haven't started them yet. But it's saying, have you, like, I'm protected from all harm, including myself, right? Protection from outside forces, and how to be like just, right? The Justice card. And balance. Like, so if you know you're like super retaliatory and things like that, be cool. Okay, because like that's not right. That's how you're gonna know. Like, if you're really like revenge worthy, like retaliatory and aggressive in that way, because this makes sense, because this is more my pile that's more, even if people see you as divine masculine, if you're in a lighter expression of this, people still see you as in tune with your divine feminine side. You're very receptive, right? Diplomatic, right? Because there's no war on the table. This is my balanced diplomatic like situation. So like, if you're the type that's really aggressive in a way that you self-sabotage, right? This reading is here to give you hope, right? But it's also here to call you out, like, don't self-sabotage and beware of self-delusion, right? I'm protected from all harm, including from myself, is what that side is basically saying, okay? Because it wasn't like we're not getting anything shadow-like beyond that. So let me just give everybody their advice so I can close you out. We're at the end for my cranberry tea. Okay, tell me, what advice do we have? Elixir of life. More energy of protection. Okay. Protect your energy. Okay. And that includes from yourself. Like, don't be overly aggressive in ways where it throws off your energy. Okay. Because your elixir of life is your protection. You're encouraged to protect your elixir of life, your health, your wellness, right? Especially areas associated with the sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra. Okay. But grapevine, critical symbol, especially when it comes to elixir of life. Some of you are being told you need grapes to eat. You need them as an offering, maybe even carrots. All right. I'm going to close you out. Move along to pile number 3. All right, pile number 3, my citrus spice tea. Let's see what people say. gossip about and find attractive about you. Your energy is very, very powerful. Okay, people think you have what it takes. I got the Emperor, and every single ace in the deck kind of jumped out. And then we got here, we settled on prosperity lies ahead. Like, people think you have what it takes. People think that you're very prosperous or gonna have the potential to be very prosperous, and it's not even like in a receptive way like other piles. Like, people like, no, pile 3 is gonna get after it, they're gonna go get theirs, and that's just how they are. Full confidence in this person. So tell me more about this citrus spice tea. Luck is on your side. We'll talk about healing. Feels like a change of, okay, so like if things have been rough or bad, feels like a healing of that energy and you stepping into a more lucky era, people are saying. Some of you just have really good genes. Like, let's say the whole office catches a flu or whatever, like something about you, you're very lucky, and in that either you just don't catch it or it heals you fast, doesn't take you down like other people. Like, cause something about being lucky regarding healing and health is on the table as a topic, as a conversation. Like, you're not as down bad as the rest of the office and whatever bird, like office flu, whatever's going around. I don't know why I want to say bird flu. Let's see. See, more aces, prosperity. You're very keen, right? Like, you have very keen instincts and awareness, okay? Like, you probably have very prominent eyes. You probably have a certain depth to your eyes. Some people may get uncomfortable holding your gaze, or some people may just be allured by your gaze because, like, it's like getting caught. It's like you can't look away almost. That's what it feels like for how you look. So tell me more about why my pile number 3 is so lucky compared, like, when other people are saying they're so lucky. Partnerships and allegiances. I don't know why I'm saying allegiance instead of alliance. People are saying you're very lucky when it comes to your partnerships and your alliances. Like, you know who to be close to. You make friends with all the right people. You're very good at that. You got lucky with a very specific partnership that's gonna help you out, especially when we talk about a success and steps you've taken, 3 and 4, right? Where I'm seeing people are saying you're very lucky regarding your partnerships and alliances. People think that you're very lucky regarding your success. Okay. And the reason I don't want to discredit your work, whatever, but something about needing to heal. People are like, that's crazy that pile 3 needed to heal or went through whatever they went through, whatever happened in life. Like, it's so lucky that they were able to heal, recover, whatever that is, where that's the thing. Okay, especially when we talk about a new home, which the 4 wands here does represent. Okay, I see people saying you're lucky about a new partnership, okay, and a new home. I love it. Power in reverse. Like, okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. Some people are saying you wouldn't have that power if it wasn't for those alliances. Passion ignited, more ace energy. It's a lot of fire on the table. Did not mention that. And look at this Sagittarius vibe. It's okay. So heavy Sagittarius energy, because this is fire. This is fire, ruled by fire. Okay. Yep. But when we talk about your partnerships and alliances and your home and getting a new home, people talking about that. They think you're lucky. They think that's good, especially where if you need a new home, and just due to a lack of stability, like in the home is gonna be like a place of comfort, of stability, of healing for you. Like, people like, that's so good, that's so lucky for my pile 3. Yeah. Yep. I'm so glad they got what they wanted. I'm so glad they're getting what they wanted. They worked so hard. They're gonna be able to keep what they wanted. Solar plexus. Okay, look at that achievement energy. Same vibe. Literally same vibe. Okay, but I mentioned all of the fire here. Okay. People are saying, like, okay, pile 3 has reached a success. Now they can heal. They can continue expanding, which Sagittarius does rule expansion. They're a lot happier. They look like they're doing better. They look like they're doing good. or they look like they're ascending, doing even better. They're happier. Okay. Tell me more. What are people saying? I'm not taking all of that. Okay. More Sagittarius energy. If you have Sagittarius placements, you're in the right place, right space. One of these people hopes that, like, they're a secret admirer and they're hoping you make the right decisions so that you stay stable, right? Whether it's being new to a career path and maintaining the career path and the job itself, or whether it's managing the amount of money you're going to be making, things like that. Like, there's a secret admirer there as well. The hilarious thing about this pile, let me grab this other stack, is that most of the conversations about you are with people that you wouldn't really expect it to be. So, like, the loudest energy on the table, you're not expecting this. Like, this isn't just I don't want to say that it's not your friends and family or co-workers, but it's definitely not the co-workers you deal with day to day that you would be expecting to talk about you. It's definitely not like your near like, it's not people you would expect. Hence why secret admirer is here twice, right? And there's definitely a loud secret admirer. But I mean, I wouldn't be worried about that potential for a shadow stepping through, because when we talk about those of you that are wooing intermediary support, even if we're talking about like literal physical 3D mentorship or leadership, you're going to be shown the way. You ask for help, and the help you ask for either is going to lead to an unsuccessful plan that will be better in the long run, or will right, because it feels like clarifying something you didn't have the facts for. Like, you don't want that, okay, the way that it happened. But we got luck, right? Great fortune, luck and great fortune with the 4-leaf clover. There is in fact a skeleton key reading with that 4-leaf clover. So if you're called there, go. If not, you're fine. Disappointment in some affair with scissors. And a dolphin of financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. There's something that's coming as a result of the past. Like, something had to go unsuccessful. Okay, it could be a literal shark on the table. When we talk about people that are sharks, you know, they reference, I think I used the loan example since we have house 2. We talk about loan sharks, right? Maybe it's like a really bad loan you were trying to get or something like that, and that could be a metaphor for something else. There's like a really bad loan, metaphorically speaking, you were trying to take out. So it was absolutely not from your guides, from any intermediaries you were asking for support, or any mentors you were asking for support. We were like, nah, we're gonna make sure that doesn't happen for pile number 3, because that's self-sabotage, right? We're not gonna let you self-sabotage like that. And this disappointment is actually for the best, right? And it's gonna lead to financial gain. So versus, it's basically, it's a conversation about you avoiding shark energy and stepping into dolphin energy. Okay, so what's at the bottom? I got grapes. Time to go out and have fun. Oh, look at you. So the other pile where grapes came out, I guess if, and I don't want to throw anybody off because I want you guys to use your discernment and your intuition in picking your piles, but we help where it y'all need it, okay? I'm not saying you can't be both piles, but if you came from the other pile that has grapes and you know there's a possibility that I'm like, okay, you're in your wrong pile, but you have another pile, there's grapes, there's a grapevine, it's gonna take you there. This is the there. A good example is if you always pick 2 and you were going to 2 just because it was 2, because there's a lot of you that do that. And for some reason today you were like, I'm really wanting 3, but since I'm used to picking 2, I picked 3 and 2. I'm not saying 2 is not you, but this is more your pile than that one for sure. If you were equally drawn to both, then yeah, they're both yours. But if there's a question, then I would lead with this pile. Okay. All right. So, oh yeah, no, we done. Let me get your advice and close you out. That was the last message we needed. What do people find attractive about you? How you're ascending, how you're doing good, right? How friendly you are, how well connected you are, how good you are at making friends with the people that you can add value to, that can add value to you in your life. Okay. The new job, the new place, whatever it is, all of those things, right? Magical power is trying to come through with healing energy. People definitely think that you're doing like spell work if you're not. If you are, then you're not worried about it because you know that you are. But like some of you are being accused of like rituals that you're not doing. Okay. Tell me more from my citrus spice tea. Okay. Keep your business to yourself. If you're doing spell work, if you're not doing spell work, let them think that. If you are doing spell work, then don't be telling everybody. Because if you told people, they know that you're doing spell work, right? Now I don't really care. I don't think it's anything chaotic, right? Especially since we have finding love. Because I'll tell you the other side of this in a second. But like, it's best practice for people that do anything with that. You conceal it, especially until it comes to fruition. And even if it doesn't mean you need to tell people what you did, especially not the details of it, for sure. If you mention it, I don't think anything's wrong with that, but you just got to mention, because there are literally people saying, hey, Pal 3 does blah, 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 blah. And this is why they're successful. Okay. So I definitely wouldn't give specifics. All right. And concealment really means taking off your mask, being even more friendly, connecting more with the right people. Because there's a lot of luck, people saying, surrounded. Like there's at least one partnership that could lead to another partnership and other partnerships. Like you're connecting in the right places, spaces, when we talk about finding love. So definitely open up more, be a little more social, connect deeper with people, take your mask off so that you can find that love. That's going to help elevate you even further, okay? All right, I'm going to close you out. Move along to pile number 4. All right, pile 4, my floral blend tea. Let's take a look at what people say about you, gossip about you, and find attractive about you. And your energy was already loud. So let me just tell you the backstory real quick. I don't know why I'm trying to shuffle and cleanse with the intention of this pile. And all of a sudden my mind got really busy. Not in a disorganized, can't focus way, but in a, man, I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to like launch this. I need to go like connect this to that. Like it was very strategic and good at planning. So I know that that's how people see you. You might do that in fun times. Like when people are like just trying to chill and have fun, you probably do that. But like, that's what people kind of say. They're like, man, Pile 4 is really strategic. Like they're all about their business. They work hard. I wish they would take a break. That said, the stuff they're working on, I can see why they're so excited about it. I can see why they stay busy, because blue moon, rare opportunities, they gotta move like that. At least right now, right? Like there's something, yeah, they gotta surrender to whatever this blue moon, rare situation, opportunity is. It's gotta take up their time and energy, because like I can see the vision, right? So while there's people that are saying like, man, I wish Pile 4 would take a break. It's like, nah, like you're the floral blend tea. Like I can see the flowers, okay? I can see the harvest coming in for that, okay? There's some adjustments, right? When we talk about releasing negativity. So, now obviously this is the first file where there might be a shadow. If you're really negative, that's the topic. Like people don't want to be around your negativity all the time. But where you're not, or even if you have healthy balance, you negative sometimes, but like you can be fun, you can be social and conversational as well. People are saying, okay, these adjustments that Pile 4 either made to their attitude, to their energy, releasing the negativity, I'm glad they did that, or they need to do that. It's going to be bad. And especially if you're really busy and you're working like your way out of negative circumstances, I know a lot of people are, then it's like people are saying these are the adjustments Pile 4 has to make so that they can get rid of this negativity, so they can feel more prosperous, right? The full moon in Scorpio happens during Taurus season. That's the axis of assets and money, okay? Debts and inheritances. So people are talking about where you need to adjust or the adjustments you're making to clear that negativity or just negative circumstances, okay? It's just like that sometimes, all right? Okay. Okay, so tell me more about what people are saying about my floral blend tea. What are people saying? Okay, love begins. Yeah, people see the vision. Whatever it is, I was talking about at the beginning. It could be a small project. It could be a huge thing, but there's something that like you're just finding passion in, just starting. It could be a relationship, like, because this is like early crush, getting to know someone energy. Like there's something that you're like, okay, I got to work on this. I got to adjust this because this is going to resolve the issues that I'm facing, right? Six of Pentacles, material, spiritual prosperity. Especially where we talk about these adjustments, you've been offered some type of support. Okay? People are talking about that. There may be someone specific that wants to offer you support on something you've been struggling at alone, especially if you've been working really hard, grinding, like up against the wind regarding it. Okay? Yeah, we got the third eye. You know, it's funny. I was going to mention all of the purple here at the beginning. So purple is a huge deal, or indigo, since we're talking third eye chakra. And I wouldn't have expected that to come out in the floral blend, but we're here. So foresight, planning, strategy, forecasting, all of those are topics surrounding you, whether it's someone looking ahead for the future with you, looking ahead at your future, seeing your potential and the work you're putting in and things like that, seeing that you've adjusted over time, okay, hoping you have the discernment to adjust over time, whether we're talking about a pivot on something you're working on or an adjustment of negativity as an attitude. Because this is my first pile where there's a lot of different personality stuff now. So tell me more about my floral blend tea. Yang. Yeah, watch it if you're over aggressive. If you're over aggressive, that's a thing and that's a conversation, that's a topic, okay? Okay, and people hoping you have the discernment. So people are saying you need to get after it. You're good for going after whatever it is you're doing. Like whatever you're working on, you're working, persevering through. It's a thing, okay? Like it's a really big deal. People believe in it. Like I said, they know that it's just the transition adjustment stage of whatever it is. But like the if you knew what these people were saying, you would be very encouraged. Like, yeah, man, I wish Power 4 wasn't so tired and grouchy, or I wish Power 4 had more time. But you know what? This right here, what they're working on, I got it. I understand it. Right? We got the earth sign energy, persistence, patience, practicality. And we got Aries, independence, bravery, and passion. If you got nasty ways, I'm serious, that's a topic. It's my first pile that had like a loud shadow like that. If you know you got nasty ways, I'm not talking about if you're just tired. I'm not just saying if you like stay to yourself. Like if you mean and like combative, right? Because Aries has got a war. If you know that's you, it's not very practical. People are literally saying you got to adjust. It's not going to benefit you. Okay? Being like that. But for everyone else where it's not a thing, oh, I forgot to mention this. This is at the bottom. For everyone else where this isn't a thing, like the nasty attitude, you're being encouraged to be proactive. Like people are saying like, hey, you know, I'm glad that they're so active towards this goal, this dream, this vision. Okay? They're so proactive regarding their stability, where they want to go, who they want to be. I'm so glad that pile 4 took control of their health, their wellness, started being more physically active, paying more attention to their diet, right? Like that's all that's on the table. Having the foresight to adjust where we see potential negative outcomes. You may be being redirected to the parrot, okay? All right. Now we can get back into it. So what do people say, gossip about, find it attractive about my pile? Number 4, your energy levels are through the roof. People admire how much energy you have. Like, you got a lot of energy. Okay? And if you're especially like in shape, people like that as well. It's also is my pile of a nice back, nice shoulders, nice eyes. I know, right? Very, very literal coming through. I'm even going to say nice hands. I didn't do that in the other pile. So it's a thing. Kind, caring, compassionate, loving physical touch. You would give the best hugs if you pat people on the back, or if you just shake hands. Like, something about the way the energy transference of like hugging you, shaking hands with you. Okay, it's a thing. Okay, but this is my doubling down of the light versus shadow. Light is the sweetest personality, right? I'm not saying you're perfect, nice all the time. I'm saying it's the sweetest personality. It's a kind, caring personality that's really busy, really active. And people, like, despite how busy pile 4 is, they still make time. They're still compassionate. They still, are sweet. It's the shadow of, if you know you're not this sweet like honey energy, like, that's not you. People are saying they hope you adjust, right? Because there's an energy of being caught off guard due to negativity, or even with, like, you may catch people off guard with how negative you are if they're not used, like, if then they didn't think you were like that. Because the contrary is, I didn't expect Pal 4 to be so sweet. All of this dark purple energy, especially like when we talk about the woo-woo aura some of you step in with, or just the mysterious energy, or if you just look really intimidating, strong, things like that. I didn't expect Pal 4 to be so sweet like honey, like Winnie the Pooh. You know what I mean? Like, that caught me off guard. So that's kind of what people say, is that you caught them off guard with your personality, for better, for worse. Okay? Okay, so let me pull these tea leaves. And I want the more moderate side to not get lost and think you're the shadow, because I heard that just now. The more moderate side of this pile, like, you're more in the middle. You're not really super sweet and sticky in the honey way. You're not really super negative. Like, it's still this thing of, people expected you to be a little more mean and intimidating than you actually are, right? I'm not saying you're sweet like honey, like, oh, you're so nice all the time, you're friendly, boo boo. I'm saying people are like, Pal 4 is so busy, they got so much going on, like, they have a lot of discernment. I wonder if they're going to be nice to me. And then you are, and they're like, oh, I didn't expect Pal 4 to be nice. Look at me, I'm shocked. So I don't know why that's like that, but it doesn't mean that you have like super negative energy. It just means people don't expect you to be as friendly as you are when we talk about the lighter side. So tell me. Okay, I've got a target. Yeah, see, people see you as like always focusing on your target, right? A goal-oriented person. People are like, yeah, they're so goal-oriented. I don't know if they're going to be my friend or if they're going to be nice. Like, I know we're sitting side by side, but I don't think they're going to talk to me because they like working on something. That's how people see you, as a goal-oriented person. Okay, exactly. Because we've got a bag of something important, like a new job or raise, especially if it's a new job, right? I've got a broken bridge of unsuccessful outcome to a problem. If you're fixing problems, like if you've stepped into a situation, right, with the new job where it's broken, like it's a broken bridge and you got to fix it, right? You got to fix it. That's the goals of clearing the negativity. Others of you, that shadow, be careful, because people are saying like, it's a new job, right? There's certain goals. And if you being real negative like that, whether it's with your habits, your ways, personality, you're gonna burn a bridge. Okay, so that's why the shadow is like that. I've got a hat of, you will be playing a different role. Okay, so people are talking about your ability to be in a different position, role than you're used to. Okay, especially when we talk about at work, right? Like, how do you handle a different position than what you're used to? For better, for worse, right? Like, if you're doing it well, then people are like, oh, look at them, adaptive, right? Didn't expect that. if you're not handling it well, we're talking about issues. Okay. Yeah. So let me see. Because we got a butterfly, change for better, like whatever that different role is that people are saying and asking you for, it seems like it's going to be better for you. Okay, I don't know what that would be or where or how, but whatever the different role. Okay, this is a pile of professionally. Some of you are being asked to do a different role, and it's going to benefit you to do so. Okay. Okay, we got a maturing energy of April here. I'm going to pull more because so much is at the table. How much time I got? I got enough to pull more cards. So, some of you, there's a conversation about you playing a different role and it's going to be for your benefit, where the current one's not working. When we talk about negativity. Others of you need to be cognizant, right? Because that different role feels like sabotage, right? We got someone working against you behind your back. We got involvement with the law. Feels like somebody that's in trouble and trying to like kind of shift the blame on you a little bit, this combination. So just people are talking about that, or this person's trying to do that, if that makes sense. Something about the month of April is a big deal. So tell me more about what's going on, what people saying about my pile 4. This feels like a pile that is really physically attractive, but you look serious, right? What is this? Yeah, beware of greed. So you're either this energy or the target of this energy. There is no in between. That's why it's on here. Everyone's in the story, the varying perspectives. You just have to figure out who you are. And you should know, because you know how you move, especially professional situations, right? Okay, we got someone that's really greedy, that may be in trouble, that is actively trying to sabotage somebody. That's a conversation on the table that involves you, okay? And someone is being asked to play a different role. Now, I don't know if you're on the receiving end or if you're activating this energy, okay? Because we got temptation will test you with the apple. Okay. And this is a test where you're on a receiving energy of that negative energy. You stay sweet. You just adjust them. Don't be negative. If people are trying to sabotage you, you don't need to. This is a pile of people are testing you. And unfortunately, you need to respond in the best way. Okay. Because like I'm stepping out of the conversations to make sure you know what's going on around you. You need to adjust. You need to not be negative. You need to be sweet as pie, apple pie. Maybe that's one of your redirections regarding something. Sweet as apple pie regarding the situation, because you're going to be asked to do something different, or you are. Okay. There's a goal. It's a new job. It's not going to work out anyway, right? But if this is someone doing that to like sabotage you, don't worry about it when we talk about the shadow. The lighter side, the shadow side is you have a lot of negativity because something's not working and you're asked to do it differently, and you're having issues with that, and you're creating enemies around you because you lowering the vibration of the situation. You see what I'm saying? Like you're lowering the vibration of the situation and setting. Right? Temptation will test you. So you gotta know, are you being asked to do something you don't want to do? How are you handling it? If you're handling it well, lighter side. You're not handling it well, you're the shadow, automatic. Because it's a test. Even if it doesn't work out, right? Let's say it's not for the betterment. Even if it doesn't work out, the way you manage the situation could be burning a bridge. The other shadow is where you are this energy that's very greedy and trouble, so moving like a rat. Not naming y'all. Ooh, that was rough and aggressive. I didn't mean it like that, but that's just what's going on, okay? It's going to clear up by January. Real time for me, that's 2 months from now. That's 2 months from now. All right, so tell me. Okay, tell me more about what's going on so we can close you out with advice. A couple more messages. Look at you. All right, affairs with your family. We got a stabilizing of a tree, a grounding of a tree. So somebody probably talking about you and your family. Trees are relevant, okay? What is the house in question? Your happiness. Family wants you to be happy. People want you to be happy with your family. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Look, greed and pride. Beware. This is my first time ever getting two bewares. The letter P may be relevant because both of these are P cards, but like, beware of greed and great pride. I've never gotten these two together in this deck. So you definitely want to make sure you be aware of yourself and whatever. And if this is someone else, then just let them get themselves in trouble because the gavel is already here, right? Regardless of how they're trying to maneuver the situation, like, it is what it is, okay? Could be someone with a very boastful shadow peacock energy, or that could be you, okay? Because my lighter side, look at you. You are the peacock in the love begins Ace of Cups manner, okay? So you're the shadow of the peacock or the lighter of the peacock. We have those on the channel, okay? There are some free, some that are, most of them are members, okay? All right. We're wrapping it up. We're making good time today. Y'all got really specific instances. Let me get your advice. What advice do I have for my floral blend tea? Ooh, I can't control the table. You better use your willpower to be who you need to be, the way you need to be it. Like I said, because there's a bunch of different circumstances that hit the table. Those of you that are working on something that's really great, you keep working, building, even if it feels rough, even if people are saying like you need to take breaks. I always encourage that. But this is your harvest, whatever it was I channeled at the beginning, right? This is your karmic reward. A karmic debt is owed to you. And that's why this blue moon energy came through. Like, you need to move on whatever you need to move on. And as the energy developed and we talked about being more negative, if you keep being overly aggressive, right, and combative, you're going to see some karmic justice. We got a gavel of involvement with the law, right? Karmic justice vibes. And the other side of you where I'm like, just regardless of if someone's being malicious and asking you to do something that you don't want to do, or if they're just ignorant and researching. I say ignorant. They're not ignorant. They want to try something different, right? They just want to see. They don't mean anything malicious by it. Either way, just do what you're supposed to do the way you're supposed to do it, full-fledged with all of your energy, with the best of your ability, and you will see karmic justice, whether it is an apology for someone that didn't intend to like put you in something worse, or if it's someone that was really being malicious and they see karmic justice because why you being a rat, right? Why you being a pig? Why you having that much pride and ego? You see what I'm saying? So people are talking about this as well, okay? All these conversations. So I'm going to close you out. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.